Yo, what's up? It is...
Nanukski Nanuk?
In today's video I decided to do a level 1 playthrough in Elden Ring. There's nothing special to it, except I will be using my balls to do it. Now, rules. There's not a lot, except no armor, no leveling my character, and I can use every weapon that I can find and wield. Even though I will be using the balls most of the time, so just watch the video please and enjoy. So first of all I picked Reg because it is the only class that starts with level 1 and all of its base stats at level 10. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, now, through this door, into the first boss arena, where I jumped down and woke up here. That must have been a glitch. Anyway, let's continue. I finally arrived at Limgrave and now it is time to first try my favorite boss FromSoft has ever made. I totally just didn't waste 40 minutes of my life that I could spend outside or doing something else. I then arrived at this bonfire where I said hi to Melina and grabbed my horse. Now it was time for the first major boss of this run, and that's Margit. I mean, this guy is fairly easy, so just hit him till he dies or something? I don't know. Okay, now I need to get some buffs and items, so I'll just make it quick. First of all, I made my way into the third Church of Marika, where I grabbed the flask and the sacred deer. The next location is Fort Height, and the only thing I need here is the Dectus medal on left side. So all you need to do here is kill this knight, go up this ladder, and you have it right here in this chest. I then killed this wise mystical tree, because it drops this bubble tear and it lets me take one extra hit without dying. And for the more important items, I got the golden wow Ash of War for 15% extra damage. Okay, I know you want to see me kill a boss and not running around and collecting something, but these are the last ones, I swear. Now, time for a little bit of Kaelid. I made my way to the Fort Ferret to get the Radagon Sword Seal, because it adds 5 points to each of these attributes. When I finally climbed the ladder and didn't get insta-killed, I also grabbed the second part of the Dectus medallion. Okay, while I was in the Kaelid, I stopped by at Fort Gale to get another buff, and that's Flame Grant Me Strength, which adds 20% extra damage, but it requires 15 fate, so I also need the 2 Fingers Heirloom, which I'll get later. I also got this talisman so my stamina could regen faster, because these balls are heavy and they require a lot of strength. Back to Stormvale, and now it is time to finally meet Godric. But before that, I need a weapon, so I got the Hook Claws, mostly because they have a passive bleed buildup. I'll be using this just until I get my balls back. And I said hi to bot friends. Okay, now let's show this guy who's the boss here. Spoiler, he almost showed me who's the boss. This was probably the worst run that I did for this guy, so it is what it is. But just hit him and he will die soon after. Now for Liurnia. The first thing I needed was the Academy key, which I grabbed near these ruins past this huge dragon. After I had the key, I could get my ass inside of Raya Lucaria, where the next boss is. So I finally arrived at Hogwarts, and now it was time to fight a real Sigma, the Red Wolf of Radagon. I mean, this took me a while and it was a horrible feeling, so I just hate this guy and that's all I'm going to say. So after I finally defeated the Lone Wolf, I got myself a Glintstone Wetblade, so I could put frost on my balls. So after that, I spoke to Raya and she told me to get some necklace. So as I was exploring, I found this homeless guy, so I defeated him, because he's got something that I want. The shaved version of the balls. And yeah, the necklace as well. I got the 2 fingers heirloom, so I could finally use the flame grant me strength. And I took out this guy. Not on a date or anything.
Please, step on me.
Huh? What was that? Anyway, time to kill a boss. My next goal is to get to Langel and become a lord. I also equipped the boss, so after 6 minutes into the video, the title is finally making sense. Okay, now for this guy. I realized that every third hit I landed with the charge R2 is a stagger, so basically I just dodged and bullied him till he died. I don't have much tips and tricks for this one. If you're having a hard time with this man, just push him off the map. This took me a while, but it was nothing that my balls couldn't handle. And yeah, also watch out for lightning. Okay, now I'm just going to shut the fuck up and I'll let you enjoy the best soundtrack ever made. So, time for Godfrey's clone. This fight is pretty simple. Just bait his X-Wings and dodge to the left, and punish. Every time you get a stagger, hit him with a charge R2 and a critical hit after that. For his ground kicks, you can just jump over it, and if you're at close range, you can roll right into him to dodge it perfectly. Also, be patient, this fight is all about waiting for a turn, so just take your time and learn from your mistakes. So since I forgot that the Radan existed, I went back to K-Elite, into the Redman Castle, and it was time for a festival. So everything you need to do here is as soon as you start to teleport into Radan's area, get on your horse and spam a sprint button, and go backwards. He will despawn and won't cast his arrows at you. It takes some practice, but you'll eventually get it. Then just stay on his right leg, dodge and charge R2. Maybe you'll get lucky and get a double hit. I got lucky here and got a nice bleed, so he went into the phase 2 with this much health. I mean, I was happy for that, because his AoE attacks in phase 2 are very annoying. So yeah, this is how to kill Radan.
Wow.
Then I watched the stars. I don't know why, but I got rid of this tier as well. I'm not going to post the full fight here because it's mostly me running around and chasing this guy, and it is boring. Back to Langel, and now it was time to Margit again? Okay, fine, I'll do it again. So for this one, you can just wait for his spear throwing attack or just totally send it and rely on RNG. Just charge R2 like a madman. With this attack, stay on his left side and move to the right. Not too much though, because he can hit you if you'll be too far behind him. And also, don't roll away from him, because he will do a follow-up. You can get some extra hits this way, but I'm pretty sure you already knew that. So this strange looking device took me up to the mountains, where I finished the last Volcano Manor quest, so I could get the Raikar to the quest line. But first I need to kill the second best boss FromSoft has ever made. So I went to Flame Peak and prepared to fight Fire Giant. Yeah, this will be fun. Okay, with this good design boss out of my way, I went back to Liurnia and got a secret medallion. Well, at least a part of it. I then finished the Volcano Manor quest, got a Serpent Hunter, upgraded it, and it was time for Rykard. So, with Rykard out of my way, I can go back to the Forge of the Giants and take care of some unfinished business. One of it being a huge bonfire and Melina putting herself on fire.
No, please, don't leave me alone.
Wait, what? I then woke up at this place, so I changed my mind and went back to Kaelid to get some more stuff. The next boss is a Godskin duo, and I need some stuff to make them tired of me. One of it being the Saint Trina's Blade, mostly because it has a passive sleep buildup. Also, it requires 15 intelligence. Since I don't know how to get some, I need to do a little bit of Rani's questline to get the Stargazer heirloom. I showed Loretta who's the boss here, went into the Rani's Rise, said hi to Rani, promised to never leave her alone, and went into Nokran, where I grabbed the Fingerslayer blade, I gave it to Rani, I rotated the whole building, made my way up, absolutely owned this fat fuck, and finally I got the talisman. And now it is time to fight the Godskin duo. I threw a sleep pod at this guy first, luckily he dodged it into the wall, so we got a full effect. For the second guy I used the swords as War. So now, when they were both asleep, I started absolutely shredding the skinny one first. I didn't use the charge R2s because I accidentally used this trash as War, which removes the charge attack and replaces it with some running shit. I should have got the crack blade, but I mean, I still did a shit ton of damage, so it was worth it. All of the attempts took me like 15 minutes, so I was pretty happy that I wasn't stuck here. Now for Maliketh. So the main thing I did here was to wait when he does this swipe attack, or the one where he slams to the ground and the white air comes out. These two have an opening for a fully charged R2. There are some other ones as well, but these two were my favorite. For phase 2 I stood in front of him after he jumped, because every time I rolled behind him he started jumping everywhere and I couldn't hit him. The RNG took place here as well, because he only did these easy to dodge moves, so I got lucky here. I've never actually learned his moveset, so this one was a little bit harder than the others, but after some practice I finally got him. Before I go and fight the biggest pussy that ever existed, I got this bubble tier, so I gained immortality for 10 seconds. Did it help? No, but at least I had it. Well, time for Gideon, and I can't tell you how much I love this fight. After I don't even know how much time, I finally got him into the corner and this happened. Now for the real Godfrey. This is my favorite fight from the base game, so no cheesing, just a simple 1v1. For phase 1 do the same that you did to his clone. Dodge his X-swings into the left, jump over his ground kicks, charge R2 and critical when you have a chance, and you can dodge this move simply rolling at the time when his right leg touches the ground. At the start of the phase 2 you can get a free hit by rolling right into him after he does this move. I get a nice jumping double hit here. It was a risk because if he didn't stagger I would have died, but who cares, it worked. The same as before here, when his right leg touches the ground, roll and you'll be fine. For Radagon, after a cutscene, run straight into him so you can get 2 free charge R2s. Dodge this attack behind him, wait for it to explode and critical. Jump when he does his ground kick, and as you fall hit R2 for extra damage. After a kick he often goes into the air and does this ground slam, so roll that and you have one more opening. I got lucky that I landed 2 hits here because he didn't finish the teleport. For this ground slamming one, I don't know exactly what to do, but you can stay in front of him and dodge into him as he slams the ground. That worked for me pretty consistently. For Elden Beast, run straight after his tail and keep hitting him. The fire won't hit you here. After staggered, land 3 charge R2s and critical. Basically I did this over and over again because I got the best RNG here. He didn't do any of his magic tricks. He only did his sword attacks, so yeah, I was pretty happy with that. After some time I finally got him. And yeah, this was Elden Ring at level 1, but there's still some stuff to be taken care of. I went back to the mountains and visited Castle Sol, where I need the second half of the secret medallion. But first I need to get past this guy. So I took care of his bodyguards one by one. The one with the 2 swords first and the one with shield second. To the commander next. I mainly waited for him to do his lightning attacks. These 2 have a pretty big window for a punish. I then got a nice stagger and a huge bleed buildup. I mean, this damage is absolutely insane. I got the secret coin, showed it here, got on the secret path, and went into the not so ordinary town. And finally arrived to the Helic Tree, where I once again showed Loretta who's the boss here. So the next is Melania. I'm just going to shut up and let you enjoy the fight. No hit loss for me, I guess. For Placidus X, I mostly stayed behind him and attacked his tail, or his legs. After he did his flying attacks, I moved to the front, where I punched him until he felt sleepy. After staggered, you can do 2 charge R2s and then critical hit. He didn't even make it into the laser phase. Poor guy. I then went into this church where I got the crystal tier so I could survive Moke's period blood. So I took a teleport into the Mokewind Palace, I made my way up and it was time to fight Moke. So in phase 1 my main goal was to hit him as many times as possible, because in his first phase he has so many easy to dodge attacks. In phase 2 he heals himself, so that's why I needed the crystal tier. Otherwise I will probably get insta-killed. Yeah, also the staggers helped me here a lot. I'm lazy to write and this is the last fight of the video. So now I need to go and make it through the DLC. So thank you guys for watching this video, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.